Now, I posted this video intentionally, not showing any of me, my elements, or anything like that, because I don't want you to focus on what's around me. I just want you to focus on my words and what I'm saying, because this is how terrible you all have become. You all will miss a complete message. You will miss the dynamic of what someone is telling you because you don't want to hear it because it's truth. So then you start trying to pick the person apart that's trying to help you. You know, you all have become so evil and so terrible. It's insane. So I realized that starting out, in order to help my people, in order to communicate with you all, that this is the best way. Now all you have to listen to are my words. You have nothing to go off of. You don't know what I look like. Just know that I am black. You don't know what I look like. You don't know where I live at, because none of that matters. Because what I'm about to share with you has nothing to do with me personally, but everything to do with us as a whole. So I want to touch on this whole shade issue within the black community. This whole light skin, dark skin feud that has been going on for years. I really want this to go to bed. I want this to die and be buried, because this is not the time to be getting caught up on particular shades. Okay? Doesn't matter if you are dark, brown, medium, light tone. If you have melanin in your skin, you are melanated. You are one of us. It does not matter in which hue you come in. I get so tired of hearing darker complected women talk about how they aren't represented in the media. Right? We're not represented in the media. We're not represented. Queen, if you don't shut up and realize that every day you wake up with your head held high and you walk out your door, you are representing. In the real sense of representing. You are not waiting on the white man to go find someone that he likes enough to throw a bone to and throw on television. Because that's really what it is. Stop worrying about being represented in a controlled and lie-filled environment such as the media. You really want the media representing our people? Do we really want that? Do you want them to distort us and put us out there the way that they want us to see us portrayed? Is that really what you want? Now, everybody is about to be in an uproar about this Black Panther movie that's coming out. All right? Everybody's like, oh, this movie. Right? Now, I remember, I don't know if you all caught this, but about 2 weeks ago, there was an allegation that came out against Stan Lee regarding sexual misconduct. I seen it. As soon as I seen it, I didn't see it anymore. It's gone. Okay? And I think Stan Lee's a cool dude like the rest of them. But just like any other person we seen on television, we don't know them. So I don't know that man's history. I'm not sure if that's really what he was doing anyway. But I do remember seeing it, and now I don't. Because what happens is they realize the amount of control you all have. And you don't even see that you're being pimped out. You're so excited to see darker complected people on a movie screen that you don't even realize that even though you are happy to see your darker complected fellow man and woman on a screen, you are still giving your green money to the white man. Okay? Yes, you think in your mind, I'm supporting these people in this movie by going to see them. They get paid regardless. Understand? Their contracts, negotiation, they get paid regardless. Us going to the movie theater does nothing for them. When we go to the movie, that's them getting a return on what they already agreed to pay them. Understand? And I'm not saying don't go see Black Panther. I'm not saying that at all. But what let me encourage you to do this. Go see it in a matinee when it's $5. Don't go out here buying tickets that's $12, $13, $14. Okay, if you go to AMC before noon, all tickets are $5, whether the movie came out an hour ago or 2 years ago. The movie is always just going to be $5 before 12 noon at the movie theater. So I'm not saying don't enjoy your life. I'm not saying don't be entertained. What I'm telling you is be smart about how you're being entertained and stop whining about not seeing more of you on a screen that is controlled by white people anyway. Okay, you all are fighting a losing battle. It's time to fight one that we know we can win. Okay, so again, stop worrying about the particular shade that your sister is. If she has melanin in her skin, she is your sister. And you are to respect her and don't feel like you're better than her or you're less than her or any of that. There has to be an equal appreciation and understanding that you both are black. You are just as black as she is, and she is black just as black as you are. The shade does not matter. It's the personality, it's the heart, it's the spirit within the individual. So to say that you're happy to see darker skinned women on a screen, that's highly offensive, because now you're trying to make it all about you dark skinned people when at the end of the day, it's just a black woman being a black woman doing her thing. She's not pressed about her shade. You are. And what you all fail to realize is the whole shade thing is another way to keep us further divided. So yeah, there's black and then there's white, but now we got confusion and division within ourselves. With, oh, well, I'm darker and then you're lighter, but da-da-da-da-da. This is why I feel so many people that are biracial fight so hard to try to prove that they're just as black as everybody else. And it's sad because they feel like they have to do that just to get the acceptance from the people that's darker than them. It's like they're trying to prove that they're black. Stop shunning your people just because their shade may be lighter or darker than yours. We are all black. We are all in the same struggle. And the key for us to get out of this struggle, and the first step before we do anything, before we host another boycott, before we do another protest, we have to stop being angry. We have to let go of the anger that is binding us. And we have to let these words that have so much power, we have to let these words not have that power so that we're not that we're not easily angered and upset. You know, we have to let go of that anger. Because if we don't, it's just going to manifest. And that's when it spins over to our children and their children. That's why the black woman has this bad stigmatism of her being negative and being rude and being ghetto and always being mad. You know, we as a whole race have to stop being mad, because that's where they get their power from, us being upset. Think about how unrational you are when you are upset, as opposed to how level-headed you are when you aren't. The key is trying to keep that level-headedness through every situation. And that's not saying bow down and be beat up. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that we need to learn to deal with situations differently. Certain situations will call for retaliation, but not all situations call for retaliation. And what I notice more is the situations that do require retaliation, you guys just sit around and just whine about it. And then the ones that aren't that serious, you all out here trashing and doing the most. You know, case in point, all of our black men and women who've died at the hand of the police, there's just been this never ending cycle of initial shock and outrage, a whole bunch of statuses, a whole bunch of posts. Then here comes the hashtag. Then here comes the family with the GoFundMe. And, you know, they go to court, they get off, everybody's mad again. And then in 2 weeks, you forget all about these people. Nobody, who gets up and think about Trayvon Martin every day now? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a never-ending cycle. And they know that this is the cycle that you all will do. They have conditioned you all to be like, okay, when something is done against you, just sit around and whine, but don't take action. But case in point, now we go to the H&M hoodie situation. You got people trashing stores and going crazy. One is a little bit more serious than the other. Both are very disturbing. But the loss of a life is way more serious than that of a manufactured hoodie, which someone parent agreed to put them in. Understand what I'm saying? So we can't be no more mad about that situation than his own parent. If she don't see it, we can't force her. So that's not a battle that we should be fighting. You understand? We need to learn to pick and choose, because it seems like we're fighting the wrong battles, and that's why we're not getting ahead. But before we do anything, black people, if you didn't hear anything else I said, remember this. Let go of the anger. And stop seeing particular shades when you look at your people. Look at who they are. Take them for their worth, not the shade or complexion of their skin.